Everybody knows what you must do if you want to make a change to your body. Whether you're an overweight person trying to lose weight or if you're a skinny guy trying to build muscle. Training hard, following a proper diet, and prioritizing your sleep and recovery. But whether or not you succeed in your goals and actually get the physique that you want comes down to only one thing, and that's consistency. All that training hard, all that eating properly, all that sleep and recovery is only gonna give you guys results if you do this consistently. Unfortunately for me, I missed out on about 2 years of progress because I was not consistent. I would train seriously for about 3 weeks, then I would stop, I would drop off. My diet would switch every now and again, and my sleep and recovery would be on point for 1 week and then completely messed up the next week. However, over the past 12 months, I have learned how to stay consistent and have managed to build an insane amount of muscle and size, and I'm in by far the best shape of my life, physically and mentally. This is all down to consistency. In this video, I'm basically gonna put you guys on game, how you guys can, stay consistent with your routine and make the most progress you have in months. So the first thing that's gonna help you guys be more consistent with your training and your progress is gonna be sticking to one workout program or routine for a long period of time without switching it. Now let me explain. You see, when I first started working out, I'd use all these different workout plans I would see on the internet, and every now and again when I would be on social media, I would always think that I found one which is better than the one I'm using right now. All these guys coming up with the most optimal routine, the most gains you're gonna make, follow this routine and this and that. And that led me to keep on changing my routine. Every 2 or 3 weeks I'd be doing a different routine. I wouldn't give my body enough time to actually get better at the exercise because I'm switching my workouts every 2 to 3 weeks. You see, I've talked about this in my past videos. Having the most optimal workout program, that is not what's going to give you the gains. The gains are going to come from progressively overloading on exercises and getting better at the exercises you're already doing. So having the best workout plan, having the best workout routine is gonna be nothing if you're not actually getting better at it. Sticking to the same workout program for a long period of time and actually doing progressive overload and watching yourself get better and stronger at the movements in that program is gonna give you more gains than any optimal workout program you're gonna see. I know that this week I've done X amount of weight on this movement. Next week I'm gonna increase by 5 kgs, and that's how you make progress. Not looking for the most optimal program there is. Get consistent at these movements. Pick movements that are gonna give you the most muscle and stick to them. Do them on a consistent basis and you're gonna build muscle. The next thing I'm gonna talk about is to do with your diet. Staying consistent with your diet is gonna give you a lot of gains, and I find a lot of people nowadays, they try to do too much with their diet. You don't want to be spending most of your time in the kitchen. You're spending 2-3 hours in the kitchen trying to make all types of different meals and stuff like that. Guys, I want to encourage you guys to keep your meals simple and effective. Yes, chicken and rice sounds boring every single day. Maybe you switch up and have pasta with your chicken, or you have some noodles with your chicken, some rice with your chicken, but don't go into the kitchen spending 2-3 hours prepping a meal. That's not going to help you to be consistent because you're not going to be able to do that every single day. For example, me, I'm in college, so I'll cook up about 3 kilograms of chicken, and then I'll just have that throughout the week with either I'll have rice or I'd have I'd have pasta on the side with it. This helped me to be consistent because I'm not spending every single day in the kitchen 2-3 hours, spending that time cooking, trying to do all sorts of meals I've seen on TikTok, or the most optimal protein filled meal. Find out what works, find out what you're gonna get the most protein, the most carbs in, the most calories in, and just keep on eating the same thing. I know it gets boring, I know it's it's not very exciting to eat this, but guys, if you want to make gains, you don't want to spend most of your time. You want to find what's gonna give you the most calories, the most protein, and stick to this. I encourage you guys to also do a lot of meal prepping. You don't only need to be consistent in your training, you also need to be very consistent with your diet as well. One of the things that held me back the most was relying on motivation, to get the things done, doing what I needed to know. I knew that I needed to go into the gym and train hard. I knew I needed to, prioritize my sleep. I knew I needed to be consistent with my diet. However, when I started working out the first 6 to 8 months, I relied very heavily on motivation. If I have not woken up in a good mood, I would not care about having my meal. I would not care what I would eat. If I have gone to the gym and I'm not feeling motivated, I wouldn't push myself to the limits to actually grow in the gym. I want you guys to start doing this, and this is going to help you guys be way more consistent. Replace motivation with discipline. Discipline is very different from motivation, because discipline is going to help you guys to be able to do the things you guys need to do regardless of how you feel. And that is the number one thing that people lack in the gym. You're not going to feel like going to the gym every single day. I know you guys have had days where you've not felt like going to the gym, but all of a sudden, you've had one of the best workouts of your life. This is because of discipline. Discipline is going to help you stay consistent, because it does not care how you feel. It does not care about your mood. You need to do these things consistently, and the only thing that's going to help you do them consistently is having self-discipline. Take, for example, me. I am making YouTube videos. If I have spent a whole day editing a video and then I post it and it doesn't do well, it doesn't, the algorithm doesn't favor it, that doesn't mean I'm not going to go and work on the next video. I've said I'm gonna upload 3 videos a week. That's why you should subscribe to me, by the way. Make sure you guys subscribe. But I will not rely on the motivation of people liking my last video, or people subscribing on my last video, or my last video flopping. That's not going to affect my routine. It's not going to stop me from going and making another video and putting that same level of effort on that video. So you guys have to translate this and add this into your fitness journey, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to build muscle. If you're watching this video, you're probably a skinny guy trying to build muscle. Replace your motivation with discipline, and trust me, when you do the things you need to do regardless of how you feel, you are going to build muscle. It's just inevitable. Look at your goals in the gym as rules, things that you must accomplish. Even if you don't feel like eating, eat. If you don't feel like training, train, because you have to. That's gonna be all for this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you've learned something from this video. If this video has helped you in any way, let me know down below in the comments. Let me know in the comments what are some of the things that you struggle with the most.